Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to go over some of the new Steam releases that have dropped recently that maybe you want to add to your wish list. It's really hard pressed to, recommend games at full price unless they are the big budget releases, and with so many games coming out, it's hard to buy all of them. However, there are games that I think are worthwhile to keep in your wish list. Whenever a sale comes up, you'll have a catalog of games that you can go to right away, and if they're at a deep enough discount, you can pick them up that way. I recommend doing this for quite a while, and with the Steam Summer Sale right around the corner, I think it is a relevant time to start doing it again. Doubt any of these games will see a deep discount during the Summer Sale since they just came out, but nevertheless, let's get right into it. And the long in early access game has now seen its full release, the JRPG inspired Edge of Eternity. So this is finally out, and if you're a fan of JRPGs, maybe you were following this for quite a while, but I've been following it for a few years, and to see it finally out of early access, that's pretty exciting. It notes wage epic turn-based battles as you follow Darian and Celine on their quest to find a cure to the all-consuming corrosion in this grand tale of hope and sacrifice. I knew there were a few issues with the game during its early access period, but that's kind of the idea of having an early access period. It notes an enthralling story filled with plot twists and heart-wrenching moments, a gorgeous fantasy world to explore epic battles with a unique and strategic turn-based combat system, charismatic and unforgettable characters, stunning soundtrack featuring Yasunori Mitsuda of Chrono Trigger and Xenoblade Chronicles, both games with excellent soundtracks, and advanced crafting systems, a fearless yet adorable beast to befriend, and 50 plus hours of gameplay to boot. Game recommends a GTX 1070, so, relatively mid-end. I mean, a 1070 back in when it came out, 2014, 2015, was a pretty nice GPU. At this point, it's a little bit dated, so if you have anything modern, fingers crossed with how the market is, you should be able to run it no problem. And it is out today, seeing a 15% off launch discount down to $25.49 if you do want to check it out. Okay, also dropping today is Backbone. Backbone was a game that was available during one of the Steam festivals, I believe, in a demo form, and now it is available on Steam. Should also note it is available on Xbox Game Pass, so you can play it that way as well. It notes Backbone is a post-noir role-playing detective adventure. Become Raccoon Private Eye Howard Lotor as you interrogate a diverse cast of characters, collect evidence, and explore dystopian Vancouver, BC, inhabited by animals. Really like the visual style to the game. It has this throwback old-school pixel graphic art style. Definitely something right up my alley. I know not everybody's gonna vibe with it, but I like what it's got. And again, that prologue version is still available to download if you do want to check it out in a demo form. In the game, you'll play as Howard, as I mentioned, making meaningful connections with a diverse cast of characters in pursuit of truth, explore both flourishing and decaying districts of a now walled-off Vancouver, uncover clues and collect evidence, solve puzzles, and sneak around and be a raccoon. Yes, a detective raccoon, so that's pretty cool. This game ain't too hard to run at all. If you want to buy it, it's 10% off with a launch discount, $22.49, but again, it is available on Xbox Game Pass, so you can play it that way as well. Okay, next up, this came out about a week ago, and that is Griftlands. Griftlands is another game that's been in early access coming from Klei Entertainment, seeing an overwhelmingly positive reception, 7,640 user reviews, 95% positive on that end, and it's a deck-building roguelite, which we've been seeing games kind of marry the card game genre with other genres. We've obviously seen Slay the Spire, which is a game that I am a very big fan of, and I always recommend that game when it ever goes on sale. Griftlands is a deck-building roguelite where you negotiate, fight, steal, or otherwise persuade others to get your way. Every decision is important, be it the jobs you take, the friends you make, or the cards you collect. This game is also seeing a launch discount that, as I'm recording this video, it is going to end in 37 seconds. So yeah, it's going up to $19.99. Maybe I should have talked about this a little bit earlier, but hey, something to add to your wish list and maybe pick it up down the line, especially if you are a fan of card games. It has a really good visual style as well. I really like the art in this game, and I think that's one of the standout factors, especially for a game that, they could have gotten away with any kind of art style, but they seem to really put a considerable amount of focus into it. And it notes each playable character's story takes place in a unique environment with different factions and locations to explore and exploit. The game is set in the world of Havaria, a harsh place full of harsher denizens. Explore lush, hand-illustrated environments full of people who want to kill you, so that obviously isn't good. Recommends a GTX 970 to run, so again, when that came out back in 2013, 2014, it was a pretty good GPU. Nowadays, you guys probably have something on par with that, or quite a bit better, and minimum requirement is an Intel HD 4600, so you're good to go on that end. Next up, we also have Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. Now, interestingly enough, I was looking at the Steam page of this game when it came out, and I saw a mixed reception. It has completely elevated from that standpoint, as it is now sitting at very positive, 793 user reviews, 82% positive on that end. I played quite a few of the Sniper Ghost Warrior titles back in the day. I didn't play Contracts 1 too much, but now we have Contracts 2, a modern warfare shooter set in the Middle East. Play as Raven, contract sniper assassin, as you take out a series of targets across a dramatic single-player campaign with extreme range shots exceeding 1,000 meters. Gear up for the most challenging entry to the series yet. $39.99 may come across as a bit too much of a, bit too expensive, but definitely a game that you can add to your wishlist, and when it's sub $20, you can pick it up then. I know this is the type of game that would resonate with a lot of people. I mean, a game that centers around a sniper, and it's a first-person shooter, realistic atmosphere going on for itself as well. I feel like that would be right up the alley of a lot of people. This one does require a GTX 1070 or an AMD Radeon 5600 XT to run, a GeForce 970 or an RX 580 on the other end of things, on the minimum side of things, but yeah, $40 for that. Maybe one to add to your wishlist, and you can see it at a discount by the end of the year. Next up, wanted to give this a mention because it's a free game, and that is Muck. Muck is a survival roguelike. Collect resources, find items, and build a base to survive for as long as you can. Now, it's got an overwhelmingly positive reception. A lot of the reviews are memes, but hey, sometimes the meme reviews are kind of funny, and, it's a survival game with a 95% positive reception, so why not? Maybe something I'll do a video on, and I'll try it out. Obviously, survival roguelike titles, survival games in general aren't really my cup of tea these days. Like, I was super into survival games back in the heyday when they really started to, get popular, but they're really not my cup of tea anymore. But Muck is a survival roguelike. Collect resources and find items. A lot of your typical survival gameplay. It notes crafting, building, PvP, co-op, many unique power-ups, and much more. And it throws you and your friends into a fun and action-packed experience on a procedurally generated island. Do you have what it takes to survive? So you can play with a couple friends as well. Speaking of playing with a friend, Operation Tango is a co-op exclusive title. You have to play this game in co-op, so bear that in mind. It does not have single player, and it's a game that's been seeing a surprisingly strong reception. It's $19.99. It was just the PlayStation 5, PlayStation Plus game, so that is something to note, and it does include a friend pass. Any of your friends can play with you for free, and cross-platform play is enabled as well. If you own Operation Tango, any of your friends can play with you for free. All they need to do is download the Operation Tango friend pass on the platform of their choice. It takes 2 to save the world, but it only takes 1 to pay for it. You got co-op puzzle solving, thrilling espionage, high-tech tools, friendly banter, and so on and so forth. It's $19.99 for the base game, and then you can invite a friend to play. But that is going to wrap up this one, guys. I will leave links to everything in the description box down below. If you do want to check out any of these games, I'll leave a link to Edge of Eternity on GamesPlanet, where you can get a little bit cheaper than the listed price over here. And that is going to wrap up this one. Let me know if any of these games have your vested interest. Sound off in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.